Hello and welcome to the Ollywood Knits Podcast. My name is Hillary Oliver and I'm coming to you from the Greater Toronto area on this very snowy, very blustery day. If you're new here, which you probably are, welcome. This is a podcast dedicated to knitting and sometimes crochet. Today I am wearing my Inclinations Shawl by Andrea Mowry. This was knit in Expression Fiber Arts Twisted Tweed Sport in their Raspberry Hues Set. I love this yarn. It is so soft and squishy. The pattern calls for, I think it's worsted weight, but I used a sport for this one, and it's a simple pattern. You can just literally just keep knitting and get the same size that you want. So yeah, this I feel like Expression Fiber Arts really does not get enough love in the podcast world. I don't see many people talking about it, but this yarn, their yarn is gorgeous. I have a lot of it. And so you will see a lot of it coming up, not today, but I do have so much ready to knit. It's kind of like a special yarn to me. So I always just wait to find patterns that I really want to knit with it. So I do actually have another whole set of a really beautiful colorway of this Twisted Tweed Sport that I've set aside for another Inclination Shawl. I think this is my most worn shawl, and for good reason. I did modify this one. If I take it off, I feel like I won't be able to get it back on, but that's okay. This one I did modify. As you can see, it's asymmetrical. I don't even know if that fits in the frame or not because I cannot see myself, but it's asymmetrical. I did increases at different rows than the pattern called for. Probably won't do that with the next one. It is a little bit more difficult to wear. As you can probably see, I have to adjust it and flip it and turn it to the side, but it is such a cozy knit. It is really warm in my house today because I had the fireplace on, so I might have to take it off. But I really love this shawl. It is probably my favorite. So last time, I know I talked endlessly about Rhinebeck, and time has passed since then, obviously, over a month now. So things have quieted down. I'm into gift knitting, which is wonderful, but stressful. So I guess I'll just get right into my finished objects. I've talked about this one. I'm considering it a finished object, even though I knit it back in January, like almost a year ago now. I did not weave the ends in and block it until like a few weeks ago, and I've been wearing it almost every day since. I know I said it's my most worn shawl. It's my most worn shawl of 2022. And that is my dog and his ball. Azzy, why you do this? Okay, I know you want to play. I'm not cutting this out. I love him. Okay, back to knitting. So my second finished project that I want to talk about is, currently has my dog on it. It's my finished cable cardigan. So this is not a pattern. This is designed by me. I don't think I'm going to write a pattern. This was a slog to get through, and I don't know if it's because it is knit in pieces. I always thought I'd like something knit in pieces because it would then be more portable. You don't have an entire sweater on your needles, but it just felt like it took forever. I finished the back panel, which is this beautiful cable on it. I absolutely adore it. I knit this back in April, and then I put it on the shelf because I wanted to do tank tops, and I just didn't really want to deal with a big sweater in my lap. And so I put it away, and then I finally pulled it out when I got home from Rhinebeck. I had done my Rhinebeck sweater. I wanted to finish this and get it off the needles. I don't have any cardigans. Like I have some cocoon cardigans that are chunky, but I don't have any cardigans that I really am proud to say I did. And I had to just start with my own pattern. I couldn't just pick a pattern and follow the instructions. I had to go my own way, as Fleetwood Mac does. So yeah, I knit a button band. It has buttons. They work. They're functional. They look good when they're done up. I could try this on, but then I'd have to like get all of this off, and I won't do that. I'll just take pictures and post it to my Instagram, and all of that information is down in the Dropbox if you want to, follow me there too and talk about what you're knitting. I would love to know. So these are the pockets. I was gonna do 2 different pockets, but I really love that little loop design in the Celtic cable, so I did it on both pockets. They match. It made it simple. Like, I did them in a day, less than a day. Like, I think it was like a couple hours, and I had both pockets done. And the button band as well, I was able to take those to work and knit on my lunch breaks because they were small and portable, so it made it go by faster. Of course, the sleeves I knit directly onto the garment, so these had to be done at home, but they were really quick too, so it really wasn't a big deal. There's a lot of twisted, 2x2 twisted rib, so I do have 2x2 twisted rib running down the sides, which it just gives it this nice little detail. So yeah, I really love this one. I anticipate I'll be wearing it a lot this fall. So that is object number 1. No pattern, but I did use Patons Canadiana in, I think it's light gray mix colorway. They don't have I love Patons. They don't have very creative colorway names, but that's okay. I'll forgive them for that. My second finished object, and this one is another one of those, when I was cleaning out my room, my knitting room, my reading room, I have a bunch of books on one side, my desk under a big window, and then I've got all my yarn on the other side of the room. I did a deep dive clean and got rid of a ton of yarn and destashed, I guess, like knitted items that I wasn't wearing. I donated those to shelters in the area. I also found a couple of shawls that I crocheted last fall, and just never finished. So this is the first one. It is the Crochet Your Fade shawl by, forgive me, Jumi Conradi? Jumi? I cannot say her name. Beautiful name, but I cannot say it. This is using Hobby's Twister in Sea Breeze tees or something like that. Forgive me. It's a very common colorway. It's a big shawl. So this is a play-off, a crochet version of Andrea Mowry's Find Your Fade. I loved it so much, but I didn't love knitting crochet or knit Find Your Fade. Find Your Fade is Andrea Mowry's knit version. It is the original version. But people have come out with other versions of it, and I fell in love with this crochet one. It is so gorgeous. The fabric, like, what I think often deters me from crochet is that the finished fabric sometimes is a little too thick for my taste as a knitter, because I am a knitter first. So for garments, it's either lace stuff like this that I do in the summertime, or that's it, that I don't really do anything else. But these are called the linen stitch here, these solid sections, and it's so breezy and thin and drapey. It is a really, really gorgeous shawl, and I cannot wait to get a lot of wear out of this one. It's gorgeous and it's huge, just like the Find Your Fade is so big. So is this guy. I am really excited. I don't know why it sat for so long, if I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea why I let it languish for so long. I think crochet has been giving me a lot of wrist pain lately. I even have a brace now. I'm gonna try crocheting with the brace on and see if that helps me from moving my wrist. I think the repetitive motion, I don't know if it's when I scoop. I even have like the ergonomic furled hooks in both the Odyssey and all of their plastic ones, the resin hooks. I have full sets in both. I love my crochet. And so I invested in those, I think, early 2020 before the pandemic hit. And they help, but I think if it's my main project, I'm gonna get a lot of pain. And what the pain is it's a cyst that forms on my wrist. It can look like a golf ball. It can get that big. In my engagement photos, I actually still have it. And you can, in some of the photos, sadly, you can see like a full-on golf ball on my wrist. It's not a pretty sight, and it's really sore too. I work in construction, so I work with a lot of tools, hand tools, and not fun. It's not fun having something painful like that on your wrist. So thankfully, I I've realized that it comes from crochet through finishing that garment. And I know now I need to either fix the way I move my wrist when I do that, or just reduce the amount I crochet. So yeah, it's been a year of a lot of knitting for me, and throughout this year, the size of this went down completely. It's not even there anymore. Like my wrists look the same. So I only ever started getting pain here again when I was finishing that. So I know it's from crochet, unfortunately. But I'm just gonna experiment. I've got a brace, and the brace, I wore it every day for a week and for almost the whole day, and it completely cleared it up. It was starting to grow again. It was very painful, and it was starting, the cyst was starting to appear, and wearing that for a week, gone. So I'm hoping I might be able to, in a little bit, try and figure out how to crochet around that if I can, but health, it comes first and foremost. So for most of us, as it should be. So, poor crochet. But I do have another finished project, which is also crochet, and it's a very similar color. Obviously, I love green. That is just who I am. And this is the lovely Leaves shawl. It is really big as well. A very similar color too. This is, oh no, I think I got them mixed up. So the last one was actually Mermaids, the colorway. I think it was still Hobby's Twister. This one is not Hobby's Twister. This one is, I think it's just I think it's a Sheep Jazz Whirl. A Sheepies? Sheep Jazz. I like Sheepies better, I'm gonna say that. Sheepies Whirl and Sea Breeze Tees. So this one is gorgeous. I actually found this again when I was destashing and getting rid of like frogging whips that I knew I wasn't gonna finish. I looked at this and I had, literally, kid you not, I was like here. Like I had 3 or 4 rows to go to be done. And I thought, why would I frog this? It's gorgeous. I love it. It was a lot of work. So and I would wear this, like this is stunning. So I decided to finish it. I think I took the afternoon that day. I think it was a day off work. I took the afternoon and I finished it, and I'm glad I did because this is stunning and I will wear this a lot. So last finished project, I can't believe I'm almost done here, are Tyler's socks. My fiance's socks are done. Could this be the photo? No, probably not. Not gonna make that. These are Tyler's socks. I knit these with Paton's Croy in the color Gentry Gray as just my contrast heel and toe. And then the main color is Knit Picks Hawthorn in Spring Water. And I really like this yarn. This is my first time using the Knit Picks Hawthorn yarn for socks. And this is but way better quality than I was thinking it was gonna be. And I think it's hand dyed as well. So or at least it gives the look of hand dyed. So I really, really like this yarn. And I have a couple more balls of it I think I'm gonna use for myself. I have my fiance and I are going on our first real vacation together in a few days. We're gonna go to the Dominican, and I can't decide what I'm gonna bring to knit. I have gift knits, so I have some hats and things in progress right now, and I do have to get 2 vests done by Christmas time, but I feel like I can't bring a whole sweater vest on vacation with me because I just think I'm gonna be in the Dominican. Why would I have a sweater? It's just a lot. So maybe I'll bring some socks. If I get through my gift knit hats, maybe I'll bring a pair of socks with me on my trip, because socks are just, I always wear them and I can always use them. And I spent 2 months on Tyler's. I should have another pair of my own. Food for thought. So for whips, I am working on, in terms of, we'll just rep Andrea Mowry all day. I am working on the Inclinations Cowl by Andrea Mowry, and I am housing this in my Bunda Flicka bag that I got at Ravelry. It's my first time using this bag, and I love it. I love it. It doesn't have any closure on the top. I think that's the only thing I would change. is getting some sort of clip. I'm sure I could put one in myself. Like, I'm sure I could figure that out. Because I would really like to have this like clip shut like this, so I could, you know, take it with me places. But for now, it's a home bag. It's housing. The only project I'm working on right now, actually that's not true. One of the only projects I'm working on right now that is actually for me. Everything else is like a gift knit, or in the anticipation of a gift knit, I guess. So this is what I have so far. It's pretty. I love purple and green are my two favorite colors, so I love that these colorways are like working together. And they work so well. Like, it's so gorgeous. So my first color, the green color, is Color of My Fiber DK Mosaic is the colorway name. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. I love this so much, and I've seen it on her Etsy shop so many times and wanted it so many times and didn't do it. And then now I have enough to do this cowl and a second cowl, which I might do the night, I don't know if it's night shift or the shifty cowl in that series of that kind of mosaic color work she does. I might do that one instead, or I might just do another Inclinations, because I have so many Inclinations in this line and I absolutely love it. So I might just continue in that. And then this one is my Miss Babs colorway that it's my dream yarn. It's the one I had a dream about the night, Saturday night before going back to Rhinebeck on the Sunday. So this is Morticia, and I think I only got 400 yards of her. I wasn't able to get the big yet like yarn baby Yowzas. So it's the Yowza line, her DK weight, and it's Morticia. And I don't know if it's one that they repeat or not. I hope it does. I hope it is, because it's my dream yarn. I absolutely adore it. And they are working up so gorgeous together on both sides too. Even the wrong side still looks really pretty in half fisherman's rib. And the plow is going by. Thank you though. Oh no, it's not the city plow. It's a private plow. So come to my driveway. Project number 1. There we go. So the next one I'm going to talk about is another selfish knit. I like how I just said it, most of these aren't, and then the first two completely are. Well, this is my Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. This is my first time doing the pinhole cast on, and I think it worked really well. I didn't love it, but I think that's just because I don't like using double pointed needles with so few stitches. It's really finicky. There's dog hair all over this. But look at this colorway, guys. This is the Harvest Plenty Rhinebeck 2022 colorway from Miss Babs. I'm so glad I went back for this, and I kind of wish I got 2 balls, maybe next year, or 2 skeins, sorry. Next year, maybe I will get 2 skeins of this, because this is stunning. I thought I was gonna mix it, so I remember showing my first podcast, I showed 2 other colors that I was gonna make 2 hats, 2 reversible beanies using this. But I think I'm just gonna stick to the one and do it all this color. So I still have, like, I feel like it looks like I haven't even taken any of this off. I think I weighed this yesterday. I've only knit a few rounds on it since. And yeah, this is like still over 100 grams. So I am good. Like, I am good to go. This is like, because I'm holiday knitting right now, gift knitting, this is kind of just like I like to knit and bike at the same time and watch like podcasts on YouTube. So this has been that for me. It's just sit and knit on the bike. It's wonderful. And you know, I can get my exercise in, but still do what I love most, especially because running right now is not happening outside. Like, they do not, there is ice and snow everywhere, and it's not exactly safe to be outside right now, especially because I leave my house before the sun comes up and I get back after the sun's down every day during the week. So I've been on the bike a lot, which is wonderful. I love it. I love that I can't run and knit at the same time, so it's really great that I can bike and knit at the same time. I love it. So that's that one, which I've always wanted to knit a Musselburgh hat, so I'm really glad that I have one on the needles. So My next one is another hat, and this one is a gift knit. This is the Lake Reed hat by Azita Krebs. I don't have any needle protectors on this one, but it's so pretty. I've only gone through one repeat so far, but it's gorgeous. I love it. I love this pattern, and it's this is my second one I've done. So for those who don't know this pattern, it's pretty popular, but many of you probably don't know about it. So this is a finished version. This is in Malabrigo Rios Cloud Sunshine. It's I have a sweater quantity in this that I do not know what I'm going to use for, but I absolutely love it. I love this pattern so much. It is so gorgeous. This was my Rhinebeck hat, and I love it, rightfully so. It is stunning. So that's what this one will look like eventually. This is in Paton's Canadiana, so one of my favorite non-wool brands, non-wool materials, and it is in the colorway. It's a new colorway they just came out with, so they came out with a bunch of new ones, at least in Canada they did, and I think it's dust pink. So pretty, so fun to knit. This pattern, I love it. I could probably do one of these and give me 4 hours to just sit and bang it out and I'm done. Maybe five hours, because this is a slog. But I did this. I am an English style knitter, but I did learn continental in 2020. That was one of my goals. I just wanted to know what it felt like. I crocheted all the time with my yarn in my left hand, so I saw so many people knitting continental, and there was so much less movement when they were doing ribbing. And when you're a thrower, ribbing is you're really moving that shoulder. It can get actually quite tiring. So it's not really about speed. I don't think speed really matters. You knit at your own pace and you knit to enjoy. We're none of us, I hope none of us are slaves for this. So, you should just be doing this for enjoyment. So I love English style, and I will always knit English style first. It's what makes me feel good. It is the motion that I started knitting with when I was really young. So I am an English style knitter, but for ribbing, one by one ribbing like this, I do switch to continental. I find it flies by. I get through it way faster, and at least the boring part's over, and then I can get to this, which is, the really gorgeous, fun part. So I'm really hoping to have this done this week before I go away on my trip. So this is one gift knit done. I have a second one to do that uses the same pattern. I'm going to do another Lake Reed, but I am going to do it with three different colors. So the brim will be that dust pink, and then I have another darker pink that's going to be those socks where you have the white and then the red line. Well, the darker pink will be the line, and then the main part of the hat where the cables are is going to be that light gray mix. That same as my my cardigan on the floor right now, because that's what they've asked for. They didn't ask for the specific pattern, but they showed me a picture with those colors, and I thought I can do that with a very gorgeous pattern that is very fun to knit. So that's one of my gift knits this year, and yeah, I am so excited to gift those, I think. Yeah. So that's all my whips and all my finished projects. So now I do have quite a lot of acquisitions this week. I did break the bank, and I know I said I wasn't going to after Rhinebeck, but gift knitting, I have to buy stuff for gift knitting, and then I'm thinking about what I want to knit when, the holidays come and I'm home for 2.5 weeks. What do I really want to do, to spark that motivation for the new year and the next year of knits. So I got quite a few things. To start, I'm going to talk about the new cables from Shawls. So Shawls came out with a limited edition set. I think they're wood, but they've got the metal tips on them, and they're also the whole interchangeable set. They've got a super gorgeous case. I just don't need that. I have an extensive interchangeable set from Shawls that I've grown over the years by buying different cables and different tips and different lengths. So I really don't need to buy a whole nother set. I also have the Luca wooden needles as well that come in a gorgeous case. So I do not need to have anything else. But I really love the idea of the swivel cables. These cables are gorgeous too. Like, I love how they're just like plain silver. Not that I don't like the red. The red's gorgeous too. Don't get me wrong. But these look so cool. I placed an order online, which I will show you soon. And I had put 5, like all of the sizes that I use, I think from this is a 22 inch. So from 22 inch to 50 inch in my cart, I think it was four cables. And this is all they had left the next day. So they sold out completely, my local yarn store. So far that I've seen online, my local yarn store is the best price for these. So I'm just gonna have to wait till they get more back in stock and stock up, because I am so excited for that. So excited. So the next purchase I made is the Malabrigo Ultimate Sock. This is the Gloria colorway. I've already caked this up in anticipation for my holiday in Dominican. I'm just not sure if I want to do socks with this or another Muscle Burrow tee or Muscle Burrow hat by Isolde Teague. I don't know. This is so like 90s Barbie colorway, which is not usually what I go for, but I saw this hanked up in the hank on the wall, and I was just like, that one. I want that one. And so I got it. It was the last one there. Gloria Ultimate Sock. I'm super excited. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Socks or another Muscle Burrow. We'll see. That same day, and I also made a reel of this on Instagram too. But I got a sweaters quantity of Malabrigo Sandbank, and this is my second sweater quantity of Malabrigo Rios Sandbank. I already have 6 skeins of this in my stash. So did I need this? No. Did I want it? Yes. I am obsessed with this color. It is warm, sandy beige. It is gorgeous. I cannot wait to knit with this. Like, I cannot wait, and I don't know what I'm gonna knit. A sweater of some kind, I know, but I just don't know. I don't know what. But I think I'm gonna cast on that over the holidays. I also have Plomo, I think is how you say it, in Malabrigo Rios, which is like a kind of, I wouldn't say marled, but just variegated gray color. And I think I'm going to use that for the Autumn League pullover by Two of Wands. I've wanted that for so long, so I think I'm going to do that over the holidays because it's super easy, stockinette all the way. Like, I can just knit on that just for enjoyment. And then knit on this next pattern, which is also for enjoyment, but I'm going to be learning something new. So for the past couple of years, I've really wanted to learn brioche, and I've been really intimidated by it. And I don't know why that is, because I have knitted some pretty complex patterns. But yeah, I am a little intimidated by brioche just because I think so many people play it up to be so difficult and so confusing. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not, but this next pattern is, it is called the Quest Adventure Shawl by, I should really look these things up before I start filming. Rye Flower Knits. Yeah, I'm going with it. It'll be, everything's linked down below. So if I say anything wrong, you're gonna find the answer down there somewhere. Down there. Just look down there. So I don't really do advents. They're just not my thing. I feel like anything mystery, like the mystery shawls, like the West Knit shawls, all that stuff, I don't want to spend like $200 on fancy yarn and knit something that I might hate. I don't know why. I love the idea of being surprised every day, and like it's like opening a gift every day. Super cool, but what if I hate everything? Then I could have bought 2 sweaters quantities and been really, really happy, you know? So not my thing, But this adventure shawl was designed so that you can use all of your Advent little minis, I think 20 grams or whatever. So each section is enough to get through. I don't know if it's all 20 grams or 10 grams and then you can reuse in the next section. I don't know. Not sure. But it doesn't matter to me because I'm not doing Advents. I'm doing full skeins. So again with the Malabrigo sock yarn, I actually bought, so this Ursula colorway is my favorite ever of all time. And apparently at my local yarn store, it is also their favorite of all time. So this came back into stock, and I think when they do, they get 10. It came back into stock and 6 of them are gone by the girls who work at the local yarn store because this is their favorite. And I had been looking for this for 3 or 4 months by the time it finally came back in stock. Everywhere. I even ordered this from Love Crafts and then they ended up sending me a completely different skein from what I ordered. I have been trying to get a hold of this like a crazy person. So the more you want something and the more you can't have it, then the more you want it, and it's a vicious circle. And yeah, that was me with this vicious yarn. This is so gorgeous. Ursula. It's beautiful. Chef kiss. Chef's kiss, not chef kiss. Hillary. So anyway, I got it. I actually got 4 and I decided I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I have no clue. I was like, maybe I'll just keep them around because I do knit a lot of fingering weight shawls. Maybe I'll just keep them around and like put one in every shawl I knit for the year, which I mean, I love it, sure. Or then I thought maybe I'll crochet myself like a really fine crocheted kimono because I've wanted to do that for a while. And that was kind of what I was thinking. But this Quest shawl came up. I think it was recommended by the Corner of Craft. And I just fell in love when I saw this shawl. So basically it's like you play a game of D&D, which I've never played before, but I'm going to for this shawl. And you roll your dice, and then whatever you get, you win or lose. You pick your like class like you would in D&D, and then you roll your dice, and then you battle. Your battle is whatever you roll the dice, I guess, is your battle. And then if you win or lose, depending on what you roll, that tells you what section of the shawl you're going to knit next. So, and then I guess you just pick whatever color you want. So I got these 5 colors for the shawl. So pretty. I can't hold them all up. How do I do this? How do you guys do this? This is not cool. Okay. There we go. So these are my colors. I'm so excited. I also have ochre, which is like a very yellowy one to kind of help with this guy, even it out. So I've got like 2 bluey greens, a purple and a very light like lavender pinky tonal here. And then I'm gonna have this like orangey purple guy with my ochre color. It's gonna be stunning. It's gonna be stunning. And I'm so excited. So that's gonna be my Christmas knit. In between each lace, which will be like each part of the quest, in between each one. So in between each lace section, there's brioche. And so you blend the last color you used with the color you're gonna use next. And then I guess at the end of your brioche is when you roll and figure out what lace pattern motif you're going to knit next. And then you just keep going until you're done. So I'm really excited for that. I'm so excited to see the way all the colors work together. I think this is the year that I've been most bold with my colors. Usually I choose things that are very plain and earthy. And this year I think I've really pushed myself, at least in terms of shawls, I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone. Maybe not so much in sweaters, but that's okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on it and then we'll see. So that's all I have for today for knitting. I guess I'll just talk about books quickly. So for those who don't know, and that's probably all of you, I am a published author. I went to school for English literature and history. That's my degrees are in that. So like my only goal in life when I was a child was to write books. So I am the author of the Legend of Lilith trilogy. You can find all 3 books at Barnes & Noble, Chapters Indigo, Amazon, Book Depository. Some indie bookstores will have it as well. So this year has not been a great year for me for reading. Usually I can read up to 100 books. This year I've read like 50 and I haven't loved many of them. It's been a rough year for me. And I think that's just luck of the draw, what you choose to read. But I did go Black Friday shopping and I did go to Indigo with my fiance. He wants to read a lot on our upcoming vacation. So I decided, I usually read on my Kindle, and I thought maybe this time, like to help me out a little bit, I will read on paperback. So I ended up getting 2 books. The first one is A Season in the Snow by Isla Gordon. It's a Christmas book. I might start this one second, so that I'm reading it more towards December, although it definitely fits the bill here. Like, it is Christmas time here. But so far all I know is it's something happens in this girl's life and she ends up inheriting or adopting a little dog named Bear. And I mean, I'm obsessed with dogs. Dogs are everything to me. So of course I'm going to be reading this one. I'm really excited about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then the one I will probably read first is To Kill a Kingdom. And I've had this on my shelf for so long. I don't really know much about it. All I know is that I've seen lots of, I don't know. I've seen lots of TikToks about this one, and I don't even have TikTok. So that says something. So I'm reading this. But anyway, thank you so much if you've hung around this long and listened to me talk endlessly about all of my knits and all of my upcoming knits. So yeah, if you liked this podcast, if you like me, please feel free to like and subscribe. That would make my day or week or month or everything. It would just make everything. All of the links to everything I talked about is down below, and all the information about everything I talked about. Actually, I don't think I have any links. I'm sorry, I'm lazy. All I have is information, but I did write it extensively out. So thank you for listening to me talk endlessly about my passions about knitting and books. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you are knitting right now, and if you're doing any gift knits, what are you doing? Has anyone asked you to do stuff for them, or are you just doing it spontaneously? Let me know. Anyways, have a great week, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.